Greetings, human. I am Mr. C, and this is today's lesson. Well, I'm going to show you how to plot fractions on a number line. We're only going to plot fractions from 0 to 1. You can go all the way to like virtually infinity with this, but we're only going to plot fractions on a number line from 0 to 1, okay? And you can ask it, Mr. C, why would I even want to do this? Well, there's a few good reasons. Measurement. I actually use like line plot fractions when I'm measuring things and creating things with my hands. I don't do that a lot, but when I do, I often find myself using fractions on number lines. This will help you to combine fractions easier. So before you really understand your multiplication and division, we'll get into that later, you can start to combine fractions, add them, or even subtract them. If you can do it on a number line, I think it makes it a little easier. And then finally, sad truth, but this is all over tests. People want to see if you can take those models that you can create with fractions or your understanding of their size and plot them on something very mathematical like a number line. And you can. And I'm going to show you how. So let's dive right in. Let's see this. Now we're going to start with the number line. Now notice it only goes from 0 to 1. Okay, now a real number line could keep going, and we could have the number 2 and 3 and 4 and a million and 10 million, right? We're not going to do that. We're only going to plot fractions from 0 to 1 today. And don't worry, I wouldn't forget our favorite model when we're thinking about fractions, cake. All right, I'm going to show you what a fraction looks like in something like physical, real, like a cake, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like on the number line. And before the end of this lesson, hopefully you're going to realize, oh, cutting up a cake is just like cutting up a number line. It's just less delicious. Okay, so let's dive right in. We're going to start by plotting 1/2. Okay, 1 in the numerator, 2 in the denominator, 1/2 on this number line. First, let me show you what it looks like on our cake. Now, you probably saw my last lesson, so you know that when you are cutting into equal fractions, cutting anything into equal fractions, the pieces have to be the same size. Okay, so we have cut it into 2 pieces. That's what our denominator told us to do, and they are of equal size. Okay, so here's 1/2 over here, and look, we have another half over here. Okay, so if we put them together, we'd have 2 halves. We're just talking about 1/2, so we're talking about this 1/2 right over here. All right, now we're going to do the same thing to this number line. Use your imagination for a half second here, and let's pretend like this area from 0 to 1 was a cake, and we needed to cut it into 2 equal pieces. Where would we cut it? Yeah, like right in the middle, just like the cake. Okay, see? We have cut this number line into halves. Here's 1/2 over here. I'll even write that. Look. Here's another half over here. See? If we put them both together, well, they equal 1 whole. Look, just like this, right? Just like 1/2 and 1/2 equals a whole cake. Well, look, 1/2 of a number line from 0 to 1 plus the other half of a number line from 0 to 1 equals 1. So if we're plotting our point and we want it to be at 1/2, well, all we're going to do is we're going to cross over 1 whole half, and right at this little hash mark that I made here, that's where we're going to draw our little dot. And then we're going to label it 1/2. Okay, so we're at 0 here. And if we travel to here, we've reached 1/2 of the way, and if we travel the other half of the way, we are at 1. That's not so hard. Okay, I'm going to make it a little harder though. Let's change that fraction. I'm going to do one more easy one and then a tricky one. Ready? Well, semi-easy. Let's plot the point 1/3 on this number line. Now remember, in cake form, when we're making thirds, okay, we cut it into 3 equal pieces. That's pretty close. Okay. And we have 1/3 here, and we have 1/3 here, and we have 1/3 here. Okay, well, let's do the same thing with our number line. Let's cut it into 3 equal pieces. I might not be perfect here, but I'm going to try. I think that's about 1/3. And I think that is the other 2/3, right? See, look, we have 1/3 here. We have 1/3 here. And we have 1/3 here. Sometimes it helps when I plot these points too. So let me just do that. Okay, look, 1/3 of the way, another third of the way, and another third of the way. See, 3 equal pieces on the number line. So if we were going to plot the point 1/3, well, we don't want to go past 2 of these thirds. That would be 2/3. 1/3 is right here. Draw a little dot, and we could even label it 1/3. When I label it where the other numbers are. Okay, these were just to show you, but we label it down here. Okay, that point right there, maybe do a little line sticking out, is 1/3. We've done it. Crikey, we've done it. All right, I'm going to make this one a little more difficult. I'm going to play with the numerator a little bit. Check out the numerator in this fraction. Let's do fourths, but we're not going to do 1/4. We're going to do 3/4. But Mr. C, I'm terrified. Don't be scared. I'm here. I'll protect you. That's my job. Okay? Look, here's our cake. We've made this into fourths. We're talking about 3 of them. So we're talking about not just this fourth here and not just this fourth here, but all 3 of these fourths here. Okay? We've cut it into fourths, and we've identified, well, we want to talk about 3 of them. All right, that's 3/4. Now let's do the same thing with our number line. Oh, I'm going to do the number line the same way I do the cakes. When I make fourths, I like to cut it in half. Right, we have halves. And then I like to cut those halves in half. See, look. I make 4 nice, neat, pretty little fourths right there. Look, there's 1/4 here. Another fourth here. Another fourth here. And then the last fourth here. Right? If I put them all together, 1/4 and another fourth and another fourth and another fourth, I'd have 4/4. That would be a whole, just like I'd eat a whole cake. Well, I'd get all the way to 1. I'd go from nothing to 1. 1 whole. Now here's the tricky part. I need to plot 3/4. So I can't stop on the number line here at 1/4. Well, then I can't stop here at 2/4. I have to go all the way over here to the 3/4. See? See how as I travel, I passed 1/4, 2/4, and now 3/4, and then I label it 3/4. Get it? It's not so bad, right? It gets a little difficult once you start cutting it into bigger numbers, right? Like if I were going to cut my number line into like 20ths, I'd be like, oh my gosh, 20ths. Well, that would mean I had to do like 10 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, right? Then it gets tough, right? Like if I did 8 20ths, let's do that one for fun. And pretend like these are all equal sizes. The cake, I'm not even going to try on the cake. Okay, I'd have to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yup, there's 20 20ths there. I got to go 8 over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There it is right there. That spot right there is, 8 20ths. Whoa! You're going to try this. But first, we're going to talk really quick about what we actually just learned here, Mr. C. Hold on a second. You're telling me I can do fractions on a number line? Yes, you can. You can plot simple fractions on a number line. From 0 to 1, we're going to talk about how we do it with larger numbers later. And then, you got to understand fractions on a number line are just like fractions in models. Right? If we can cut a cake into 20 pieces and eat 3 of them, then we can cut a number line into 20 pieces and go past 3 of them. And we're dealing with the same fraction, 3/8, 3/8, right? Models, or a number line, I should say, is just another model that you can use. Okay? Now you got to try it. Here's what I challenge you to do. I am going to challenge you to plot these points on a number line. Are you ready? Okay. 2/4. I want you to plot 2/4. And then I want you to plot, I'm going to give you a tough one. Ready? 3/7. Ooh, I wasn't lying when I said tough. 3/7. And then finally, this is a big, well, quote unquote, a big fraction. I want you to plot, let's do 9/10. All right? That's your challenge. Write 3 number lines from 0 to 1. plot those points. See how you do. Turn that into me, or show your mom, show your dad, show your parents. Check it with somebody else. Hopefully I'm your teacher and I can check it for you. I'm going to see you next time when we take our knowledge of models for fractions and what we know about number lines and fractions, and we start to put that together a little bit, and we start to compare larger fractions with more complex and difficult numerators. I'll see you for that lesson.